Down 160 bands out of pocket. He just trying to show him he still belongs in the league. The campaign we know is back in the association. But I never thought I'd see the day where he'd be the one carrying the squad. Cause Payne ain't even making bread this season for real. Straight up playing for free. That 1.75 milli buyout fee. The team covered half of it, and he paid the other half his damn self. Then you factor in that vet min contract. Homie literally paid $160K just to hoop. Everyone else out here chasing checks. While you out here paying for run, staying in the league, was a heavy grind for Payne. Always been the smallest and skinniest kid. He wasn't one of those freak athletes with God-given talent coming out of high school. He was just a generic 3-star recruit with zero hype. I went to a mid-major, nobody was watching. But Cam started cooking anyway, with that explosive offensive bag, dropping a 20 and 10 stat line, and that lethal scoring ability, secured him a first-round ticket to the league. First stop was OKC, playing back up to Russ. But the association ain't no fairy tale. Struggled for minutes in the 405. Got shipped off to the Bulls. Underwent surgery on that right foot in Chicago. Didn't even finish his rookie deal before they cut him loose. Cleveland gave him a 10-day look, but showed him the door right. After, Toronto gave him one last chance, then erased him before the jump. His NBA run felt like a dream that ended in a blink. At 25 years old, not a single squad in the league would give him a call. Had to pack his life into suitcases and fly to the CBA. No translator, no welcome party, nobody even there to pick him up. Him and his girl stood in Hong Kong airport, hauling all their bags solo, feeling like the whole world ghosted him. But the reality was even colder. The CBA gave him 2 games, averaging 2, 2, 6, and 7. Numbers looked solid on paper, but it didn't mean a thing. Shanxi thought his jumper was too shaky, and he was too light for the contact. So once their main guy, Jamal Franklin, got back on his feet, they kicked Cam to the curb, rejected by the CBA. That was it. Felt like every door in the world was bolted shut, but Cam went into Sicko mode, refused to fold to the pressure, headed back to the States, grinding from the G League up. Hooping wasn't even about the money. It was just to get eyes on him again, showing he could still ball. Down in the G, he was the first one in the gym daily, screaming through every single drill. Even his coach said, this dude practiced like he was possessed. At that point, Payne only had one vision: getting back to the league, no matter what it took. During that 2020 lockdown era, the Suns gave him a short-term lifeline, and he treated that deal like his last breath. Y'all already know how the script went. He locked down a spot in Phoenix. Then in the West Finals, with CP3 on the shelf, he stepped into the fire, dropped a massive 29-9 with 0 turnovers, and secured the series lead for the Suns. Then he bounced around a bit. Bucks, Sixers, and the Knicks play in that role as the reliable spark off the bench rotation. Last summer, the Knicks didn't run it back with him. The Pacers gave him a camp deal, then cut him before opening night. 31 years old, and Payne was out of a job again. So he caught a flight to Europe. They say you're supposed to be settled by 30, grown and mature. But Payne, he's still that same savage. Feb 26, Philly hit him up, offered him, the vet min, to get back in the league. Homie didn't even hesitate, slapped that accept button immediately. But after he hung up, he realized he was looking at a 2 milli buyout. Team only covered part of it. Factor in his guaranteed bread, and he was still 160K short. What'd he do? He cut the check himself. As long as he could play, he'd pay for the privilege. Literally out here paying to run. This whole season, Payne ain't even pulling a profit. He's in the red just to be here. And he's back for real. When he first landed, dudes were asking if he still had it. Then he dropped a 32-piece on him to remind everyone, I'm exactly where I belong. Payne's whole life is just like that ink on his ribs. Don't wake up. Just keep dreaming.